Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Jamie Fran Colors, and today we're going to mix things up a little bit. We're going to step outside my nice little comfort zone that I've kind of lived in for the last few months. We just got done with a Hannah Carlson marathon, which she's probably the artist that I color the most, her style. Others that I color a lot of is just faces, portraits, people. It really is kind of my comfort zone. And so we're going to step outside of that and grab Johanna Basford's newest book, Worlds of Wonder, though I did see that she has something else coming out this fall. So you might want to look for that. Yes, so Johanna Basford. One of the first coloring books I ever got was Enchanted Forest by her. So I do have a soft spot in my heart for her work. However, her little teeny tiny details really throw me for a loop. And yeah, so I do not end up coloring a lot of her pictures. Having said that, it's time we do color more of her pictures. It is time that we break out. So another part of my little box that I like to live in, and I feel like I like to say I don't live in the box. Like I use everything, and I'm mixed media in my coloring books, and I'll use whatever I want. However, that is kind of my comfort zone. To have to use one medium to get all the detail and finishes that I want can be difficult. I like to do like vibrant colors, so I put marker down. Well, then I need like shading, so then I use pencils, and then so I tend to use lots of mediums rather than just stick with one medium. So today we are going to do a Johanna Basford picture with one medium only, and that medium is a water-soluble pencil. Also not my forte, and I have actually tried these pencils several times and then end up putting them aside, putting them away, and not looking at them again because it's just not my favorite. I don't care for them. So we are going to use them today, and they are the Derwent Inktense pencils. So we're really stepping out of the box here. They are not watercolors, they are ink. And the difference between what sets these apart from watercolor pencils is that once it's down, it's permanent. You're not lifting it, okay? So I have found this amazing color catalog. And let me see, what is her name? It's like Sarah Renee. Is that her last name, or is that, let's see. Yeah, Sarah Renee Clark has put out these color catalogs, and they're amazing. Okay, so this one is for Inktense specifically. Sorry, that word's always been difficult for me. So it's for Inktense. So we have the color palettes here, and then next to each color palette we have the number of Inktense pencil that she has decided goes the best with that color. So we're going to pick one of these palettes and to pick our pencils, because I just think that will be fun. I will leave the link for these down in the description box down below. They are a purchase, but I think if you struggle with putting colors together, that they may be worth it for you. Okay, and I like them. I think they're great. So we're going to use it here. Now we're doing this owl, and he's on a house, and there's some flowers. So let's see. I'm kind of liking some of these with browns, grays, because we do have quite a few natural things. Also a green would be good, but not necessary. Let's see. This is pretty. This is also very pretty. Why don't we go with this? So we have kind of a gray and a green and a pink. So that kind of gives us a lot to work with in this picture. Okay, so let's find the pencils that coordinate. We have 2100. Is that the one I'm lost? I hope not. Oh no, there it is. 2100, which is charcoal gray. And you could definitely print these out and then color your color next to it. I just like having it on my tablet. 2200. Which is ink black, interestingly enough. So that's interesting. Okay, then we have 1230, which is mallard green. And then we have 1310. Which is iron green. And then we have 530. Which is crimson. Okay. So let's go to the back of this book because she has given us a page that we can test on. So right here, we have our color palette test page. Okay, so let's make a little tester here. So let's do our charcoal gray. Now, so we can really see what these colors are going to look like. Okay. And then our ink black, which I am thinking needs to be done fairly lightly, since we kind of want that lighter gray, but we can definitely darken it within our picture, so that will be helpful. Then we have mallard green. Okay, and then we have iron green. And then we have our crimson, which is probably we probably want to do very lightly as well. Okay. All right. Now, as I have said, I have tried these pencils over and over again, and I have just not enjoyed them. They have been a very difficult pencil for me to work with. And yes, so I saw Corey, a Colorfully Optimistic, she's done a tutorial on these pencils. I recommend you go take a look at that tutorial, because what she has basically told me to do if I struggle with these pencils is to actually use an alcohol colorless blender marker. So this is my colorless blender from a Who set, and that's what we're going to use to blend rather than water. Okay, so this has made all of the difference for me, because remember, I've struggled with these pencils. Okay, So let's blend these out with this. See what we have. Ooh. Okay, and before we go to the next one, we want to clean off our brush. Okay, then we have the ink black that we put very lightly down, and then we can always pull it out more. Okay, so that. Then the mallard. Okay, beautiful. Then the iron, that's what this was called, iron green. Okay, and then the crimson pink, which again we put very lightly. Yes. Okay. Yes, I like these. I'm happy with them. I think we can definitely use these colors. So that is our challenge. To do only use one medium, which is not a medium that I use on a regular or ever in a book that I don't color in. We're gonna do this though. Woof. It's gonna be a workout here, but we're gonna prevail. We're gonna make this happen. Let's zoom in and get started. Okay, here we go. This is the crimson. Like I said, we're only using, only gonna use 6 pencils. Guys, usually I have like piles of stuff on my desk, you know, and now it's all cleaned off. Whew. Okay, and here we go. I'm gonna sharpen it. And, yeah. I'm going to color in these littler flowers, and I'm going to color them in only like halfway, and then where the shadow is going to be. So just like that. And I think I'll color in, let's color in all of these ones that are the same, and we'll go from there. Okay, so we've laid down the color. Then we're going to take the colorless blender, and it's cleaned off, so it's going to be stained, but there's no color coming off of that, okay? So we will put it in there and then pull it out and fill in the rest of the petal. And it's like really that simple. I don't know why I have fought these pencils so much and why this makes such a difference. But in my book, Corey is a genius. This is great. And also, this is so easy to take to the couch. Like, me and my husband watching a show, like, it's so hard to take any coloring supplies because I use everything but the kitchen sink. So this is so nice. Okay, I'm gonna let those dry before I touch them with any more pencil. They're not finished, but they're good enough for right now. They've got one layer on. They look good. Give us a place to start. Okay, now let's take this same crimson onto these larger flowers, because our trick here is that we only have 6 pencils, so that's going to be the tough part with the whole picture here. So we're going to have to think smartly. I'm going to try to put more pigment in there. I want these to come off as darker than the other ones, and so I might have to layer them up a little bit, but that's okay. Okay. All right, so we've laid down that pigment. Then let's grab our brush. We want to make sure that it has been cleaned off. I don't want, well, I guess we're using red again, huh? Never mind, we don't need to clean it this time. Just kidding, but good practice, you know? Clean it between each thing. So I'm gonna pull that pigment out to the edge, and that gives us a nice little gradient. We're also going to build it up after it dries the first time. Just blend it out. I did worry that because I'm using an alcohol marker that it would bleed through to the other pages, because that's what happens when you use alcohol markers in a coloring book. Like, it bleeds through. It's awful. So I was concerned about that, but on my practice page it didn't. So we'll test this, because I think I might be going darker this time, darker color. So we'll check and make sure, but on my test page nothing bled through, so hopefully that'll be the case. All right, we'll let all of that red dry. So we're going to clean off our brush, and I've just been cleaning my brush down on this little picture down here. I don't know, I think it's kind of funny. So in the back of the book, but you could definitely use a scrap paper as well. Okay, so then let's grab the iron green, and we're gonna put this on the leaves. And again, I'm gonna put it in the center and where shadows may be, and then we'll kind of blend it to the edges and get that soft gradient look as well. So that's our goal. That's our goal. Okay, then on these other leaves, I kind of want to go a little softer, so I'm going to soften my touch. They're also really little, so probably don't need nearly as much pigment to fill them in, so we'll keep that in mind as well. Okay. All right, take our brush, or our marker, because I guess it's not a paintbrush, it's a marker. Okay, and I'm going to clean this off a little bit because I don't want to get those too dark. So I'm going to get my brush clean, and my marker clean, and then come into these little guys. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Now I'm going to take the mallard green, which was kind of that turquoisey green color, and we're going to actually put it on the other two flowers. Okay. Okay. pretty. Okay, loving it. Okay, let's grab the ink black, and that was our lighter gray color. So I'm going to take this into the center of our flowers. So I'm going to put it a little bit heavier on the side that we're trying to put in the shadow. Okay, there, and then we'll just be fairly light with this. Oh, I missed a couple leaves there. We'll put them in, because I definitely want that lighter gray color. I don't want it to get too dark. So I'm going to be light-handed. Yeah, okay. All right, let's skip those little leaves we missed. Okay, I mean, that is kind of our whole color palette, so we definitely need to build some color and some contrast in here to help. Okay, so we're gonna go back to that crimson that we used at the beginning, and let's start with these. Make sure they're dry. They're dry, okay? So we're going to start with these bigger petals, and I'm going to build up some of the color in the middle and in the shadows. See if we can get a little more dimension than we have right now. Okay, sorry if that's moved or zoomed in or out or anything. My camera stopped recording and I wasn't sure what was going on. It's a new camera, still trying to get used to it. So, okay, so we're just adding in more of this red, crimson. Okay, so let's activate this with our marker. There we go. I like that it kind of still has like that painterly look, but I'm not so, I don't know, it's not so frustrating. Okay. Now I have so much pigment on my brush here that I wonder if I can just kind of take it and add it a little bit up here. Yeah, it is. It's working. Because I definitely want these flowers to be lighter, but I still want them to have some dimension. I don't want them to just be one solid tone. So that's pretty. Let's see if we can. Okay. Now I'll let the red sit there and dry while we do some more to the green. So I want to go back to that iron green and put some more color in here, just where like shadows are. Those I really kind of like. I just want these bigger ones to have a little more. Okay. There we go. Maybe we could even do the same thing and add just what's on our marker kind of into there a little bit. Okay, okay, okay. Cute. Oh my goodness. Then we need that mallard green to get some more in the shadow parts of this flower. Okay. Cleaned off my marker again. Always clean off your marker. Okay, clean off my marker before I put the lid on. Ooh, I really like it. Okay, and then I'm going to grab that iron or ink black that we use, and I'm just gonna dot it here and there. So let's see if we can put a little more dimension. Okay. Okay. Okay, I kind of want to tap that in a little bit. There we go. Okay. Now I'm trying to decide. I just wish there was a little more darkness. I'm going to take the ink black and we're just gonna see if we can put more of a shadow in a couple of spots. Okay, let's grab the marker. Okay, let's let that all dry. And let's zoom out a bit because we are really close. Like, we have to realize, like, Johanna Basford's pictures are little. So let's Let's zoom out here. Yeah, that's pretty. Isn't that pretty? That's pretty. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. Ooh, itchy eye. Okay, we have these like little pots and trees and stuff down here because we're not going to do all of this picture in one day. My goodness, no. So let's zoom into these. Okay. Oh, some stuff here. Okay, here we go. We have our iron green. We'll put in here. We'll put it on a couple of these as well because these look more like little bushes, right? This one back here. And then we'll take the mallard green for this one, and this one. Right. We could even add a little bit of him on the top of our bush here and here. Could be fun. Okay. Take our clean marker. Okay. Okay. Now we don't have like a brown or anything for the trunk, so you know what I think? Let's take the red, the crimson, and we'll put a little of it in there. And then we'll take a little of the iron green and put in there as well. Okay, and it's such a teeny tiny little line, like it's just not going to matter much. Okay, all right, and then let's take that crimson again and let's put it on these pots. Now, because we don't have a lot of colors, I'm gonna like try to utilize the white. You know, I'm not gonna fill in the whole pot. I'm gonna try to like keep some white, I guess, and kind of stylize the coloring. we'll activate it. Keeping that little bit of white. Okay, that's pretty. And then these also need, I think, let's grab just a little of the, let's do the iron block again. I know I haven't used that charcoal yet, but I just don't want it that dark yet. And this was our lighter gray, so I'm gonna take the ink and just touch a little bit underneath. It kind of helps so that the pots don't seem like they're just floating there. They're like on something, you know? Yeah, I like that. Okay. Totally tubular, dude. Okay. So nice. Yeah, I like that a lot. Just makes it so they're not floating. It gives them a little bit of stability. I like it. Okay, I think that next time we will work on the house and our owl, but that gives us a really good place to start. And look how, I gotta zoom out here. But look how pretty this is already. I like the dimension that we did get up here in the shadows. And then it's not just a flat color, even though we only have 6 pencils that we're using. So I like it. All right, you guys have an awesome day. Have an awesome weekend or week or whatever you're doing. And yeah, find time to relax. Take some deep cleansing breaths. Let some stress go. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.